Rain here. Today is yet again at a build showcase, and it's the Paracesis. Today I'm going to show you 3 builds, so let us immediately start. For the first setup, this is the new player setup. The mods I'm using here, we have Gladiator Might for critical damage, critical chance for combo multiplier. We have Fury for attack speed. We have Sacrificial Steel for critical chance. Sacrificial Pressure for increased damage. Viral damage, cold and toxin gives you viral. When you proc viral onto enemies, enemies will take more damage from any source. We have reach for range and organ shatter for critical damage. And that's it. These mods here are what highly recommend new players to use, and now it's time for me to show you these steel path builds. Now for the second setup, this is the exposure setup. The mods I'm using here, we have VP units of Blood Rush for our critical chances that chance per combo multiplier. We have viral damage, attack speed, range, critical chance, critical damage, and condition overload for melee damage per status type. And that's it. These are the mods. For the X weapon adapter, what highly recommend for you to use, it's going to be any Tenukai. For the Arcane, melee exposure and ability cast, you gain corrosion damage on melee strikes for 25 seconds, stacks up all the way up to 240, which is a lot of increased damage, and free corrosion damage. That's the Arcane. For the stats, the attack speed is below average, range is above average, combo duration is average, follow through is below average, Riven Dispo is horrible, I will not recommend at all. Critical chance is good, critical damage is good, stat chance is below average, and total damage is good. And that's it. These are the stats, the mods, the Arcane, and now it's time for me to show you the final setup. And for the final setup, this is the influence setup. The mods I'm using here, you're going to remove Condition Overload, Vicious Frost, and Empowering Fever Strike for Shocking Touch for electricity, Given as Elementalist for status damage and status chance, and Pressure Point for increased damage. And that's it. Everything else here is exactly the same. These are the mods. For the X weapon adapter, it's going to be yet again any Tenukai. For the Arcane, instead of melee exposure, it's going to be melee influence. Electricity status effect, which we do have right over here. 20% chance for elemental status effect to apply to every enemy in 20 meter radius for 18 seconds. This is going to help you out a lot with clear. That's the Arcane. For the stats, instead of viral corrosion, it's going to be electricity. And there you go. These are the stats, the mods, the Arcane, and now it's time for me to show you these 3 builds against the units. Alright, let's start. This is the new player setup. I'm going to spawn level 40, regular star chart, or Kibble Group dudes. No buffs or armor strip. We're just going to hold the melee attack button and win. For regular path, this thing is overkill. It's a very powerful overall weapon, stat-wise. Good base damage, good critical chance, good critical damage. Slightly slow attack speed and slightly below average stat chance, but it will annihilate regular star chart. And that's the new player setup. Now for the steel path builds. The next one is the exposure one. There it is. Spawn level 205, steel path, or cumulative dudes. No buffs. We're going to spam abilities to get melee exposure stacks. There it is, 240 increased corrosion damage. Now let me get some combo and stacks real quick. So we won't be doing much, but once you get a kill or two, it's going to start. There we go. 1, 2, and now that thing is going to chunk. Recast my ability. Metal exposure. 12 stacks. There we go. This heavy gunner. Goodbye. Bombard. This guy. Goodbye. These doodlies. Let me show you again. Now we have 12x. Respawn the exact same units. Once you proc some elements, Conditional Overload is going to give you a lot of added damage on these enemies. And yeah, you're going to chunk. Consistent orange crits. Not the greatest clear, but it has a really good overall single target DPS. With buffs, this is going to be much better. And there you go, that's the second setup. Now for the final one. Influence. Spawn level 205, steel path, yet again. We need to get some combos, some stacks, so we won't be doing much. When you proc electricity, there's a 20% chance to spread it in a 20 meter radius thanks to melee influence. As you can see, everybody's taking electricity damage. There you go, 8x combo, 9x. With buffs, of course, this is going to be much, much better. There we go. These doodlies, heavy gunners, goodbye. Bombards are also dead. Let me show you with buffs. So if I were to use Nourish, the most common helmet ability, everybody can use, I'm going to spread electricity and viral in a 20 radius, and my clear is going to be much better, as you can see. There we go, and everything is dead. And there you go. Those are 3 builds. Now it's time for me to show you the influence setup against Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we are in. I'm up against the corrupted enemies at the Void. Steel Path, of course, it's survival. The map's called Mod. I'm going to show you this build right here. This is the influence setup. The influence setup has a much better clear than the exposure one. The exposure one has much better single target DPS. So it all depends what content you do. You can switch between them. They both work really well. Yes, I know it's another exposure influence, but there's nothing I can do about it. Until DE realizes that melee build diversity is kinda garbage and rework some of the arcanes or implement new mods to make the builds different. Right now, around 80% of weapons will use influence, 10% of weapons will use exposure, and then the rest is going to be afflictions, duplicate, depends on the weapon and the gimmicks behind the weapon. Sadly, yeah, build diversity for melee is kinda just exposure influence. They kinda butchered the stances, they implemented the follow-through system, they implemented the hold E button while killing the combo system. What else did they do that they messed up? Can't even remember. Oh yes, Spin to Win is kind of dead as well. Slams became obnoxious to use. Yep, classic. Alright, this is buffless against War. Not the greatest DPS. Let me use Nourish. Everybody can use Nourish. There we go. Now he's dead. Goodbye, War. Alright, let's see where the Acolyte is. There he is. Who is it? You again. Damn. He's the most common Acolyte, I swear to God. Every time I test weapons and do build videos, he always spawns. And he's dead. Come on. There we go. He's gone. And that's it. I think you guys seen enough. Just hold E, spread influence, or spam abilities to get exposure and hold E. Nearly the same gameplay. And if you have Tenokai, once the sword appears, you press the middle mouse button, the alt fire, and you will do like a lot of burst damage. And there you go. Time for me to leave. And be right back. And there you go. The Paracesis isn't half bad at all. I think the weapon still works really well for regular path and steel path. The stats on it are still good, and I will definitely recommend. That's the weapon. Those are the builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the builds. Thank you yet again, everybody, for watching. Leave a like and sub. And of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.